all my pop music loving friends. You love classical music, but you just might not know it yet. So this lesson is all about how pop music and classical music are actually super connected. And I feel like maybe we're not all aware of just how much influence pop music takes from classical music. So we're gonna be looking at a very famous classical song, and then we're gonna be talking about how that song has been the influence for some of the most popular songs in today's popular music. I'm saying popular an awful lot, but that's because we're dealing with some popular stuff. So here we go. Tell me if you recognize this. So that was just a little snippet of Canon in D. So it's a familiar song, it's beautiful, almost everybody knows it, it's so popular at weddings, and it is an older song. It's a classical piece, and it's built up of chords, believe it or not. So when you hear this iconic, what you're actually hearing is a theme based off of a D chord to an A chord. And then it moves to a B minor chord, and then an F sharp minor chord, and then a G, and then a D, and then a G, and then an A. So, I don't know if you've picked this up yet, but check this out. I'm gonna play those exact same chords, and I'm gonna sing some words, and you tell me if you know this. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through.
You're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through.
That's Memories by Maroon 5. And it uses the exact same chords as Canon and D, plus it even borrows from the melody. Did you hear the difference? Here's to the ones that we got. So cool. So we've got a really popular song that is pulling influence from a classical piece of music. And the really cool thing about this is that when you deconstruct the chord structure of Canon and D, you're gonna find that we've got the key of D. So D becomes our 1, A becomes is our 5, that's our next chord. B minor is the 6. Now, typical pop progressions will go 1, 5, 6, 4. But this one has that added, I just love it, that added minor 3. So 1, 5, 6, minor 3, and then we go to the 4, and then back to the 1. And so basically, one might dare say that this could potentially be like the birthplace of pop music. I realize it's a bold statement, but do you see what I'm getting at? If popular music, for the most part, is built off of that 1, 5, 6, 4 progression, and we've got that so clearly outlined in Canon and D. I think that I think it's pretty cool that we can take influence from very stunning classical pieces and apply them to popular music today. So Oasis also used something like that. So it would go like, so Sally can wait, she knows it's too late as we're walking on by. There was one little switch there, but this is basically the same thing. And Nicki Minaj even used it in her song Starships. So that's Canon and D. Now, in case you're thinking it was just a fluke, I wanted to take one more. This one is called Air on the G String. It's by Bach, and it's actually one of my favorite songs of all time is based off of this. So check this out. That sounds familiar to you, but it's so familiar to me. The very first time I heard this in pop music was actually like back when I was in middle school or high school, and there is a band, I feel like they were a one-hit wonder, they were called Sweetbox, and they sampled from this exactly, and I was like, oh, that's so beautiful. It was there on the G string. And then, a little bit later, as I got introduced to some more, classic music, I guess, I discovered Whiter Shade of Pale. So Whiter Shade of Pale uses this exact progression and theme, and it's just stunning. So if you listen, you skip the life fandango, turn cartwheels across the floor. So that is the progression from Air on the G string, and the intro even to Air. See, I'm getting them mixed up now. Introduction to Whiter Shade of Pale was like. perfectly, but you get the idea, right? It's so close. So the inspiration for this beautiful song that will stand the test of time and will always be on my favorites list comes from a classical song composed by Bach. So the moral of the story is that music, it just comes down to chords. And when we put chords together in a certain way, we get a chord progression. And we can take those chord progressions and we can mix and match them and put them in a certain order, you get a progression. And these chord progressions are what create music, and that is timeless. So if you're stuck in a rut and you need some ideas for creating a new piece or your latest grand composition, maybe look back a few hundred years and see if you can find some inspiration there. You know, analyze a piece of favorite classical music and see what you can come up with. Maybe reorder the chords a little bit, change up the rhythm, you know, listen for melodies in other music that just inspires you and makes you feel like alive and nostalgic, and then pull those and see what you can do to kind of make them your own. I'm always looking at different sources for inspiration when I get stuck. So I've often pulled out my favorite classical songs and be like, oh, what chords is this using? Why do I love this so much? And use that as a template for creating my own originals. So comment below, let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite classical songs are. I would love to hear about that if you have any. Otherwise, just say hey, because I love hearing from you. Don't forget to subscribe, because we'd love you to get notifications for all of our new awesome lessons so that you don't miss out. And most of all, happy practicing.